And good Friday morning, isn't it? How are you today? I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we begin this day with good news. As we put out a bolo a few moments ago that a missing 12-year-old child was missing from Meridian, we have just found that they have been located, or he has been located. Isn't that wonderful? That's good. That was quick, and so glad that was taken care of. No worries now. We'll try to get some more details on what went on as the morning progresses. So we are happy, starting it off on a great note. Right now, 63. Will you get wet? Well, there's a chance. We've got a chance of showers this morning. We'll be telling you about that. And the threat of severe weather has not moved out. It is still here, and this will happen Sunday. The good news is by 6 p.m. Sunday, during the day, it will go away. So lots. Did I mention time change? Woo, write that down. Set that. Clocks. When you go to bed Saturday night, move ahead by 1 hour. We spring forward, and you will have daylight from now on when you get off work. Maybe we can stop gaining weight or something. You just eat more when you got to go in, I think. You're trapped by the refrigerator. Okay, maybe that's just me. Let's get in and get a good word to start this Friday. We all need inspiration. Well, we've got it for you. Let's go out to Collinsville to First Baptist. Brother Ben has a message for us.
You know, having the proper authority is important in this world. Having authority means having the right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. Now, imagine if I walked into the CEO's office at Anderson Regional Medical Center, sat down at his desk, and began to bark orders. Hey, switch those hospital wings, buy this new diagnostic machine, fire that employee, hold all my calls, and bring me a triple grande caramel macchiato with extra whip. ASAP. People would be like, who does this guy think he is? Who gave him the authority to do all of that? Well, in Matthew 21, Jesus walked into the temple, cleansed it, began to heal all kinds of people there, and now he was teaching the masses in the temple. He had honestly kind of just taken over. So the priests and the scribes came up and wanted to know by what authority he was doing these things and who gave him this authority. Now, Jesus, seeing the darkness of their intentions, told them that he would answer their questions if they would answer his question. And here it was, the baptism of John. From where did it come? From heaven or from man? It was actually a catch-22 question that the religious leaders did not want to answer because both answers would paint them in a bad light. And so they declined to answer, to which Jesus replied, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. But the actual answer is, Jesus was doing all of that by the authority of God the Father, who had given him all authority in heaven and on earth. Because of that, he is the authority of authorities. But here's the question. Are you under his authority? He has the right to give orders, make decisions, enforce obedience in your life. And you'd be very wise to follow him. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And good morning. Welcome back. Turn the microphone on. It seems to work a lot better, doesn't it? I do hope everybody's having a great Friday. It is good to be here. Again, we've got that threat of severe weather this weekend as it rolls in on Sunday. It is a level 2 as we watch this very carefully. Turn all this on. Let's go over and take a look at radar this morning just to show you what we want to warn you about on Sunday. As we look at this, now it has shrunk a little bit. At one point, the entire state of Mississippi was under this. At this point, it's the central portion to the Mississippi Gulf Coast as we look at that, starting in Noxubee County, going due south and stretching east all the way over to Macon, Georgia. As we'll look at this. Now, again, as I said, this will exit Mississippi by 6 p.m. Sunday afternoon. So we should start seeing rain showers and things getting kind of nasty Sunday morning before church is out, developing. And as this goes about getting out of here. Now, with this being said, what we're looking at is very strong winds. We're going to have 60-mile-an-hour gust. We could have very large hail, and the threat of a tornado cannot be ruled out. It's not one of the big things that's being mentioned with this, but it can happen. So we want to be on our toes on this. But strong winds, what does that mean to you? Power outages. It always does. It knocks down trees, makes it kind of rough there for a little while. So we keep in mind that if you've got a home that has a big oak tree overhanging that bedroom window, that where you sit and watch television, Go to a different area of the house. Don't let that fall on you. It could be very dangerous. We want to stay on top of this and let you know what's happening here. More will happen with this as this develops and gets closer to our area over the weekend as we watch it very, very carefully. So what's happening this morning? Let's go back to radar and turn off the severe weather. And that is Sunday that we're going to turn off. And let's look at current radar. Most of this heavy, heavy rain that rolled through Kemper County earlier, all folks know what I'm talking about that lived there. It was heavy, heavy rain. It has moved east into Alabama, Utah, Alabama, these areas here, getting it now. Demopolis, Gainesville, Alabama, Bolagie, Alcorn, these areas here, Uniontown, Alabama. Y'all will have some showers as well as we look at that. There's Greensboro. All of that is to the east. So what we've got now, especially if you're going to be coming in I-20 here, light, wet, slick streets. That's just as dangerous as anything, as y'all well know of how accidents happen. We'll talk about those this morning during the morning show. Odie's back. We're going to learn that. We also have the girls from MLT, the Meridian Little Theater, to swing by to tell us about a big play that they've got coming up. We'll learn a little something from them this morning also. That's not far off. What's happening in America this morning as you're waking up? Then we'll go back to weather. Just to give you a heads up on this, and I scratched my head on this. The Americans that were kidnapped, 4 of them were kidnapped. As you remember, the lady that went to get a tummy tuck, 2 were killed instantly. The cartel doesn't add up as they turn over the ones that killed those, tied up with a note saying, "We are sorry," next to a pickup truck in Mexico. What are they scared of? What is it? The cartel is ruthless. They kill countless people around all the time. Why now do they give up their own on this? There's more to the story than we know, but they were bound and tied up. Here's the picture of this. Let's look at this. Daily Mail has put this out. Here's the ones that are accused of by the cartel of killing 2 of the 4 Americans, tied up just like that and left with a note. That is very odd. Hopefully we'll learn more about that. Let's see what else is happening. As it worries me, as many, especially from our area in the Deep South, we have very true Christian beliefs. Now, I'm not saying that other parts of America don't have them, but it's always been, at least in my lifetime, a little bit stronger here, our beliefs. I'm not saying there's not Christians all over the United States, but it worries me the more and more I see headlines. Here's one here. Christian university students' careers take a hit after the district punished them for their beliefs. What does this mean? It was a contract that was made with a school to provide teachers' age, more or less, and it trains people who are in college. They broke the contract because it was a Christian school. Now, there's more to the story than that, I'm sure, but that's the meat of the headline of this. I see it more and more each day. We should be concerned and not let things like this pass. Before long, it will be an ugly word. Do you know certain words that you can't say on the internet? You get in trouble, they turn you off. We're headed toward that. It's not there yet. But mark my word, if we don't stand up and make a stand for what you believe in, it will go away. I'm not making that up. I think y'all all know that. But each day I read more and more, and some tell me, "Oh, you're just stretching the truth." No, I see it. And if you don't do anything, it will go away. My thoughts this morning. Let's see here. There's a probe opened into a college. They had a program, and they just put it in, well, and as they say in type language, black and white. They said that if you're Asian or white, you can't take this course. This is America, the land of the free. That's a headline this morning as well. That was in Virginia. There's a lot of issues in Virginia right now. It used to be a part of the South. I'm not quite so sure that is. But a headline coming out of there. And I saw that a couple of days, and I did a day or so ago, and I didn't say anything about it. But it's reached the point where they are now opening an investigation to that, the Virginia Middle School. How can you do that? It's wrong. We learned this morning that a star is no longer here. Beretta, do y'all know who I'm talking about? Robert Blake, who, I don't remember how many years ago that was, he was accused of a murder. He was cleared of that, if y'all remember. I think maybe it was his wife. It's been a while. But he was cleared of that. He has passed away, 89 years young. That's a thought there for you this morning to let you know what's happening there. Let's see. No one really cares about Porsche having a camper to pull behind. Yeah, boy, they're trying to get into that next level there. We've got your weather forecast next to find out about everything that's going on with the weather this morning. We'll be right back. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. So glad to have you. So many of you are up with a smile on. Stacy Ann Down Smith. Boy, that is a long name there, Stacy Ann. But I like that. That's a great Southern name, isn't it? Stacy Ann, come here, girl. I got mine that way, too. Lonnie said he's been in Facebook jail 5 times for using a word that they didn't like. That does happen. Penelope, good morning. Glad to see you there. Y'all think about what I said just a moment ago. It will come that day. All right, let's change the subject and get things going with weather. See what we've got shaping up.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs, record lows, 1990. I'd be getting married in a few months from now back then. 85 is the record set on this date. Back in 32, it was 20 degrees. Woo, that was a cold one there. As we come about, let's see what else went on today. We've got clouds. We're going to hit a high of about 68. 66 when it comes to Philadelphia, and further north as we get toward Mississippi State. A little bit more rain there. 63-ish is what we'll get there, all the way toward Tupelo. As we go to the south, Hattiesburg should be warmer, 72. Back over to our west in Natchez, 67 as it comes across that river. As we go east into Alabama, 68 today. We'll see 66 in Burmaland, Demopolis there at the river, 68. Not bad at all, is it? As we look ahead, now this is the forecast. That doesn't want to sit still, does it? Now this has changed a good bit. This line here, this was the last, unless they've updated in the last 3 to 4 minutes. Our radar is a little bit ahead of this. That line is going to cut right across here at Noxubee County. Right along in there, Winston County is going to be the line when it comes to the severe weather that is rolling in on Sunday. And again, let's just go back and pull it up so we have accurate information and not halfway doing it. Let me turn this back on, the severe weather, if you're just tuning in, so you'll know exactly what's coming on Sunday. And here we go. Let's pull that radar back up where you can see that. Again, right there is the line coming up on Sunday of the severe weather. This will cut off right there at the Kentucky Fried Chicken, follow Highway 14 into Louisville and all points south to the Mississippi Gulf Coast will be a part of this severe weather that is rolling in Sunday. All of this should move out of the Mississippi area and across here by 6 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Again, with this, we're expecting large hail, a lot of wind, but the possibility, and they're wording it possibility. They're not saying strong tornadoes. They're wording it with the possibility. Wind is our biggest threat on this, and thunderstorms. Again, we cannot say that one tornado will not happen. We're not going to say that. But the chances are not as strong as the threat of wind this time. Trees, dangerous. So make your plans. Be ready for this coming Sunday should you get a warning issued where you live. What are the temperatures going to do over the next few days as we pull this up? Cooler weather for us as we see a high today, 68, not back up near 80, is it? We got some normal weather coming towards us from Texas. Let's look at that 7-day outlook as we go to Wilson Salt and Outdoor. 68 today, warmer tomorrow, 0% chance of rain tomorrow, high of 70. By Sunday, 76, but 80% chance of thunderstorms and severe weather. Keep it in mind, plan for that. Watch this. We'll be back with updates as we near this if you're planning to go to church on Sunday morning so you won't be caught in it. We'll let you know more of the timeline as this gets closer. 3 days out, we'll know more. By Tuesday, look at that, cool, 58 with lows. Monday night, 36, 33 on Tuesday. That's our cool front at night, right at freezing these nights. Back to 48 on Wednesday night for a low, and then here we go into Thursday with a high of 74. Now, as we move all the way through the 24th, getting better here. Friday the 17th, we're back to 70, and we'll stay in that 69, somewhere to 75-degree weather for quite a few days there. Scattered showers on the 24th. Can y'all believe we are headed this close toward April Fool's Day? The 24th in our forecast. Wow, oh wow. Now again, don't forget, this is Spring Forward. We'll talk about this also coming up as the time will change Saturday night. You'll be missing church there, the time correct, Sunday morning. Spring Forward, 1 hour ahead as we do that. Now let's look at our fishing forecast. Chet's painting body. My chart's wanting to mess up over here on me. We look at this. What is the best time to go fishing today? It's going to be in about, 10 minutes from now. 7 o'clock this morning is not the time. No. I messed that up. It's this afternoon. 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock is the best time to go fishing. Need to read better, don't I? I glanced at the wrong line. But 2 o'clock this afternoon to about 4 is going to be our best time to go fishing. The wind's going to be northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour is what we've got there. Now, y'all be ready. We've got a lot coming up. We're going to learn about what's happening at the Meridian Little Theater. Another big play is coming. That's coming up at 7 o'clock, and we're going to update you with what's going on in Meridian. And as we started the broadcast off just a moment ago, we're happy to say that the missing 12-year-old was found walking down I-20 toward Newton, as we put that in there, that he was going to make it to school. He was headed down I-20. Officials have found him, returned him to his parents. God's good, isn't it? Even though when we sometimes make mistakes on our own, he helps us out. Thank goodness he was found safe and sound. That's a great one there. We're coming up, again, live in 12 minutes from now. Come back and join us as we'll start your day right here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: